Anzacs land at Gallipoli. It is turn 1. And the Anzacs have the morale advantage. They will draw 5 cards and go first. Killing time is at 8. Among the 5 cards, the Anzacs have an aerial recon and a forced march card. The other 3 cards are a night attack card, a low ammo card, and another night attack card. The Turks draw 4 cards. Keep moving, a forced march card, a second keep moving card encouraged under fire. Having the morale advantage, the Anzacs go first. 2 infantry battalions of the first wave land at North Beach and climb onto Plug's Plateau, and they fire on the Turks. To no effect. Turkish remnants at Fisherman's Hut march to the sound of the guns and reach Walker's Ridge. Lieutenant Colonel Weir and 2 infantry battalions land at Brighton Beach. They march and climb up to Russell's Top, and they open fire on a Turkish battalion in a deep trench. But score no hits. Turkish artillery now takes the opportunity to fire at Russell's Top, risking friendly fire on a roll of 10. The artillery scores 2 hits and 1 friendly fire hit. The Anzacs lose one of their battalions, and the Turkish battalion is now exhausted. Because of the 10 result, killing time is now at 7. Colonel McLagan and 1 infantry battalion land at North Beach. They march up to Walker's Ridge and fire a volley onto the Turkish remnants and wipe them out. The Turks at Third Ridge gathered 2 infantry battalions under Colonel Sefik, and they march towards Anzac Cove, reaching the woods at Pine Ridge. To the second wave, Colonel McKay and 2 infantry battalions march through Anzac Cove, through the valley and up to Lone Pine, and they fire at the Turkish artillery station there. The fire turns the artillery unit into remnants. Major Avni at Hill 971 organizes 2 infantry battalions and marches downhill, reaching Russell's Top. And the battalions fire into the just-arrived Anzacs, but cause no hits. The Turks now have a concentration of forces at Russell's Top, something that certainly catches the attention of the Royal Navy. The Manica uses its balloon, and the Anzacs use their aerial recon card to increase firepower by 2. And they will be bombarding Russell's Top, risking friendly fire in the process. First ship to fire is the Queen Elizabeth. Its fire causes 2 hits and 1 friendly fire hit. Next, the London fires, but causes no hits. The aerial recon card also causes the Turks to have to discard 1 card from their hand, and they discard 1 of their 2 keep moving cards. 1 Turkish battalion is eliminated, and friendly fire kills Lieutenant Colonel Weir. The 10 result moves the killing time marker to 6. Meanwhile, at Bigali, Lieutenant Colonel Saip moves 3 Syrian battalions up to Kojadere, where they pick up a cavalry unit, and they march all the way to Koja Plain. The Anzacs bring in 2 battalions of the second wave. They play a force march card, which increases their movement allowance by 2. These battalions enter Anzac Cove and march up Johnston's Jolly and reach Lone Pine, where they join their comrades and fire into the Turkish remnants. The ineffective fire only manages to advance killing time to 5. The Turks now take an opportunity to fire their artillery at Third Ridge against the concentrated Anzacs at Lone Pine. But the Anzacs play the low ammo card, which reduces Turkish firepower from 4 dice to 2. And the Turkish fire is ineffective. General Bridges and 1 infantry battalion now land at Anzac Cove, and they join their comrades at Plogs Plateau, firing into the Turkish remnants. But the fire causes no hits. Colonel Kemal gathers an elite Turkish infantry battalion and an artillery unit at Hill 971 and marches downhill to the commanding position at Rodendron Ridge. The third wave comes ashore. An infantry battalion and an Indian artillery battery land at Brighton Beach. And they march uphill through McKay's Hill and into Johnston's Jolly. Turks have 3 Syrian infantry battalions at Maltepe. General Assad now conducts a force march to increase their movement factors by 2. The force heads west to the sound of the guns, and with the force march reaches Gunner's Hill. Anzacs now see an opportunity before landing any more troops to cause casualties on the concentrated Turkish forces at Pine Ridge. So they open fire with the Queen. The Queen scores 1 hit and the killing time marker will advance. Next, the Triumph fire. And the Triumph scores 2 additional hits. The Prince of Wales fires away and scores an additional hit for a total of 4 hits. But the Turks play a Courage Under Fire card, which reduces the damage points from 4 to 3. And the Turks lose an infantry battalion and Lieutenant Colonel Sefik. And killing time is now at 4. Turks move the machine gun company at Scrubbing All to the heights of Baby 700. Now to the Anzacs. Major Morsehead and 2 infantry battalions land at North Beach. And they march all the way up to Russell's Top. And they fire against the entrenched Turks. And they score 2 hits, which eliminates one of the Turkish battalions. And the Turks, although not forced to, decide to abandon Russell's Top and to retreat to the safety of Baby 700. At Maltepe, Major Seki takes the artillery battery there and marches in a southerly direction taking advantage of the roads, and reaches Anderson's Knoll. General Birdwood and 1 infantry battalion land at North Beach. And they reinforce the position of the Anzacs at Russell's Top. The Anzacs have arrived in strength at Lone Pine. Only remnants hold there. Turkish artillery at Gabatepe now fires away and scores 3 hits. The Anzacs lose 1 infantry battalion and another one is reduced to remnants. A murderous volley indeed by the Turkish howitzer. On to the Anzac 4th Wave, composed of New Zealanders, Brigadier Johnston and an infantry battalion, land at Anzac Cove. They make their way, climb uphill, and reach Lone Pine, where they fire at the entrenched Turkish remnants. And the Turks are eliminated. And the Anzacs are now in firm control of Lone Pine. In a desperate attempt, Major Ismet commands the machine gun company at Gabatepe to fire away at long range at Lone Pine. To no effect. Two New Zealander infantry battalions now land at Anzac Cove, and they move up to Plug's Plateau to try to finish off the Turkish remnants. But the Turkish remnants now conduct opportunity fire on the advancing New Zealanders, which causes no hits. The New Zealanders take advantage of General Bridges' bonus and now fire away. And 1 hit is enough to wipe out the Turkish remnants. The Anzacs are in firm control of Plug's Plateau. The Turks move the machine gun company at Chunuk Bair to reinforce their positions at Baby 700. The last to disembark are Lieutenant Colonel Malone, an infantry battalion, and a machine gun company. And they land at Anzac Cove. And they march through Monash Valley, climb onto Johnston's Gully, and enter Quinn's Post. The Turkish remnants there are not sitting idle, and they fire away at the advancing New Zealanders, causing no hits. The New Zealanders now fire back, and 1 hit is enough to wipe out the Turkish defenders. Quinn's Post is in Anzac control. Both sides have suffered considerable losses, and losses are important to determine who will have the morale advantage. The Turks have lost a leader and 4 units, the Anzacs 1 leader and 3 units. The Anzacs have captured Lone Pine and Russell's Top. The Turks are starting to solidify and form a line. They will receive substantial reinforcements. So stay tuned for the next episode of Assault on Gallipoli, the Anzac Landings. This is Stuka Joe signing off for now. Thanks for watching.